everyone. Thank you for having me here tonight. My name is Simon Rex, and I'm a big fan of IndieWire, and I'm so happy to be hosting the first ever edition of IndieWire Honors that's completely dedicated to film. So some of you may not know who I am, and that's okay. Neither do I. I've been trying to figure that out with my therapist for the last 20 years, but we're starting to make some progress. I just tried ayahuasca for the first time tonight. You people all look really weird. And for those of you in the front, don't worry, I already threw up in my car. No, but I'm hosting this event because I love movies. I love watching them. I love making them. I've done some cool ones in the last couple years. Red Rocket with Sean Baker. Blink Twice with Zoe Kravitz. But you know, it's a strange time in showbiz lately, so we should all be grateful to be in this room tonight. And now it's time to present some awards. Okay, the hold that Moana has on just about any young child with a Disney Plus account is unfathomable. So to accept the task of following up Lin-Manuel Miranda's Oscar-nominated music for the film is beyond brave. But songwriting duo Emilia Pérez and Abigail Barlow cut their teeth with the unofficial Bridgerton musical, which led to a Grammy in 2022. So they are already used to a high risk leading to a high reward. IndieWire Honors presents the Breakthrough Award to Emilia Pérez and Abigail Barlow for Moana 2.
Sailing from the horizon, back to our home, our island, coming into our view beneath the morning sky.
Thank you so much for this incredible honor. Music is a way to navigate the world, and I'm sorry, I'm reading off my phone. It has an incredible ability to cross boundaries, to make people feel seen, and to tell stories that words alone cannot capture. Abigail and I started writing music together because we were drawn to stories that have something to say, and because we believed in each other's ability to say them. Being a woman in this industry is, tough at times, but things like this are a reminder of how far we've come and how much is possible when you hold your ground and lead with your voice. This award is not about breaking through in a moment. It's about the long, winding road that got us here and the work that still lies ahead. Thank you for recognizing the journey, and thank you for celebrating the art that we love so much.
Thank you so much. This is truly an honor. Much like the honor it was to craft the music for Moana 2. It was a long journey, 2.5 years. Being two young women in the industry can be overwhelming, intimidating, sometimes a little scary, but awards like this and companies like Disney encourage and empower us to continue on creating. So I want to thank our team at CAA and Craft Angle and our management team for lifting up and supporting us every step of the way. And through Moana 2 and the incredible village that it took to make that film possible, I learned that a princess is any girl or woman who can command a room and have something to say. And I know we both have and feel like princesses tonight, so thank you so much.
When Challengers hit theaters in April, it satiated an audience that suffered from months of ambivalence about theater going. Finally, there was a high-quality film that was fun to talk about and inspired people to create theories, not to mention give tennis lessons a try or buy a pair of Chanel sandals or open up their relationships. Released outside the standard window for award contenders, it's had staying power. This Halloween character costumes of Josh O'Connor, Mike Faist, and Zendaya were inescapable. It's a grand slam for debut screenwriter Justin Kuritzkes, producers Amy Pascal and Rachel O'Connor, and director Luca Guadagnino, who delivered one of the defining films of 2024. IndieWire Honors presents the Impact Award to Challengers.
I'm gonna introduce Justin and say very little, because he has a bunch of cool stuff to say. But I just want to say that, yeah, maybe it's hard right now, but I think maybe the movie business has always been really hard. And I think that we should be celebrating the fact that there's a bunch of really good movies that came out this year. And I think we should all be proud of being in a business that is still making movies about all kinds of people and more being committed to doing that. So I just wanted to say that, as bummed as we still can be. I would like to introduce Justin because that's how I met Challengers, was by meeting Justin. And the movie that we made is the script that he wrote with all of the complications and all of the passion and all of the ambivalence and sex right there on the page. And when my partner Rachel and I read it, we knew it was something that we needed to be involved in.
Thank you, Amy. Hi, everyone. I wrote a little speech. Thank you so much to IndieWire for this. I know I speak for both of us when I say we're tremendously honored to be receiving this Impact Award. Challengers is an original script that I wrote on spec, which essentially has only 3 characters, and which is comprised of those 3 characters fighting with each other and seducing each other and loving each other and falling out of love with each other and finding each other again on a tennis court. It's framed around a single tennis match, but it's not Wimbledon or the US Open. It's the Phil's Tire Town Challenger in New Rochelle, where the winner takes home only $7,500 and 80 ranking points. And I bring all this up because these days when we talk about a movie having a true cultural impact, connecting with an audience in the way that Challengers has been lucky enough to connect, it's often the case that the official stakes of the movie are nothing less than the end of the world. There are bad guys threatening to end human existence as we know it, and there are good guys who are going to try and stop them. That's what often gets people into the theaters, and that's often what inspires people to talk about a movie months after it's been released, dressing up as the characters for Halloween. And the question that everyone on this stage tonight, there was supposed to be more people on the stage tonight, but the question that the 2 of us on the stage tonight and that all of us who made this movie always asked ourselves was, how the fuck are we supposed to compete with that? How do we make a meaningful, lasting connection with our audience when the stakes of our movie are personal and intimate and when our biggest action set piece is a tennis point? How do we make that feel like the end of the world? How do we make people yell at the screen like they do when a character from a movie in one side of the multiverse pops up unexpectedly in another movie in another side of the multiverse? How do we make sure that our movie about these 3 complicated people at this sad little tennis tournament breaks open the door of the movie-going public's consciousness and says, yes, we will sit here next to Spider-Man and Chani and Elphaba and Deadpool, and I guess now the characters from Minecraft? Am I getting that right? How do we compete with all of that? The answer begins with getting Amy Pascal and Rachel O'Connor to produce the hell out of this movie. To insist that it's a commercial movie, even though on the surface it looks like a piece of adult drama, or if the Golden Globes is asking, a musical/comedy. A musical/comedy written by an unknown playwright. You get there by never losing sight of the vision that would lead us to a place like this, receiving an honor like the one we're receiving tonight. And then it means getting a movie star like Zendaya, who is first and foremost a brilliant actor and producer, who throws herself so fully into creating a performance that is iconic and idiosyncratic and true, and then throws herself so squarely in front of the movie, owning it and championing it like it's a blockbuster. It means casting Josh O'Connor and Mike Feist to explode onto the screen with charisma and depth that's worth more than 100 CGI explosions, and who prove that there's no special effect that's more affecting than Josh's shit-eating grin or Mike's pained grimace. And of course, it means working with a master like Luca Guadagnino, who should really be here accepting this honor with us tonight, because Challengers is, in every frame, a movie that only he could make. What other director would have the boldness to do 100 setups for a single tennis point? To literally make the camera become the ball as it gets smacked around wildly by 2 men playing for their lives? What other director would have the humor and grace to pull off a shot that goes over the heads of two kissing boys onto the face of the girl who's made them kiss in the first place, who's sitting back, smiling, admiring her work? What other director would read this script and see this story and think, dance music, thumping electronic dance music by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, and costumes by Jonathan Anderson? All of these choices, all of these people, Luca, Amy, Rachel, Zendaya, Josh, Mike, Sayambu, Trent, Atticus, Jonathan, Frankie, Kim, Bernie, Bianca, everyone who came together to make this movie made sure every day that we would have a shot at reaching the audience, getting under their skin, so that they would carry the words and images and sounds around with them all year, and hopefully much longer than that. To share a filmography with these brilliant artists is an honor that outweighs even this lovely honor we're receiving on their behalf tonight. So from Amy and me and all of us who made Challengers, thank you very much.
Okay, wait, I want to say one more thing. Sorry. I just want to thank MGM, Amazon, who were bold enough to make this movie with an ending that is completely ambivalent. And they've really taken good care of us, and I just wanted to give them a shout out.
All right, congratulations, guys. I actually saw that movie with my mom. Talk about challenging. World War II has been mined so often that it's a film genre unto itself. But even now, there are aspects of the global event that have been too often glossed over. With Blitz, director Steve McQueen and production designer Adam Stockhausen team up again to not only illuminate what life was like in London when Nazis bombed the city, but also walk their audience right through its devastation, emotional and physical. Though the film centers on a mother and her son, the massive scale and practical design takes us away from the rubble, through the infernos, and into the crowded, gilded tunnels towards safety. IndieWire Honors presents the Wavelength Award to Steve McQueen and Adam Stockhausen.
My mom sent me away.
She did it to keep you safe.
Your son did not arrive at his destination. You're responsible for his safety. Why can't you tell me? Where's my boy?
Hi there. It's such an honor to receive this award with Steve tonight. And you know, hard work with great friends is really pure joy. And thank you so much for seeing that in the work that we do together. And being on the same wavelength is really what we all strive to do every single day, and it really kind of defines to me what it is to be a collaborator, to be listening so hard that you're trying to tell these stories together by making sure you're always pulling in the same direction, and when that really works, it's just spectacular. And I've had the great good fortune to work with Steve on several of his films over the past dozen years or so, and have had more than my fair share of those moments. And to me, Steve's work, the way he tells stories, the way he sees the world, the way he makes his art is so extraordinary and honest and brave and true. And it is just my honor every day to help make that vision a reality. But our collaboration is not just about the two of us.
Yeah, thank you for this award, IndieWire. One of our main collaborators, unfortunately, is no longer here. Adam Somner, who was just an amazing person, amazing producer, an amazing first AD. I first met him in Heathrow Airport. He came up to me and said, "Oh, I would love to collaborate with you." I had no idea who this gentleman was. He was a working class British Londoner fella. And I was like, who's this dude? Who's this bloke? Then I looked him up and thought, I would need to work with this guy. He was such a character, Adam. He was the person who corralled us in the morning. You guys know what it's like to get on the movie set, 6 o'clock in the morning, makeup, you know, the terrible coffee or the sandwich or whatever. He was there to sort of boost our morale. He knew everyone. He was the person who basically galvanized us to do our best work. He really was that. You know, that bass player in the band that basically keeps you in time, the drummer that keeps you in time, he was that person. And I loved him. I loved him so, so, so much. And unfortunately, he died 7 days ago. So this is for Adam more than anything else. The collaboration is about love, is about finding people who you connect with in such a special way. And we did in an artistic way, we did in a spiritual way, we did in a way which you want to happen on a film set, because often, not every day, but often you could create magic. And we would look at each other and we would smile and we would wink and we would nod. And it was just so beautiful to be in a, how can I say, it was so beautiful to be in a space, in a place of magic with Adam Somner. So this is for Adam. I love you, brother. And I'm so sorry you're not here, but you know, you would always be in my beating heart. Love you.
It's a simple concept, a day in which young girls attend a dance with their incarcerated fathers, but directors Angela Patton and Natalie Ray's daughters has extraordinary depth. It's unnerving to witness the effects of America's flawed justice system on families, but this Netflix documentary is not gloomy. Whether parent or child, many of these people are bright lights that prove everyone has a story worth telling. Although it is heartbreaking to watch them say goodbye after the climactic dance, the film leaves viewers with the hope that it can affect change and lead to more programs rooted in keeping families connected through hardships. IndieWire Honors presents the Magnify Award to Angela Patton and Natalie Ray.
I liked it. When I get to touch me, it's like nothing else on earth.
How memories are formed for our kids. This is for life.
Wow, thank you so much, IndieWire Honors. This is pretty surreal. It's our first film and our first feature documentary. So to be in a room with you all is incredible. And a lot of the filmmakers being honored tonight are some of also my deep inspirations to be a filmmaker and an artist, and they were some of the people and projects that were deeply embedded in our references as we actually made Daughter. So this is a very powerful and beautiful moment for us, so thank you so much.
Greetings, everyone. Yes. Greetings, everyone. This award means so much to us as filmmakers. Daughter celebrates the strength and love of Black girls and their families. It is a testament to the power of our stories. Stories often overlooked, but now finding recognition. By highlighting these narratives, you and I are challenged with our perspectives. It sparks change, and it amplifies the resilience of young Black girls and other girls of color to reach a broader audience. And I just wanted to make sure that we all recognize our booth over here with our Netflix team, our producers, for this 8-year journey of these girls. Clap for that. Absolutely. And it's an 8-year journey of young girls showing up to tell you their stories, their vulnerability, and that they're just girls who have changed my life. And I hope that if you have not seen Daughters, that your perspectives would change. I hope your life would change, and that you know that it is time, it is overdue to invest in Black girls and their resilience, because Black women can.
Thank you. And as Angela said, it took over 8 years to make the film, so I just also want to be grateful for, it takes very special souls to volunteer on a documentary for 8 to 10 years. So to our producers, our editors, cinematographers, PAs, like there is so much heart and sacrifice and passion that went into every frame of this film. So thank you to them, because it is a team effort and has been a labor of love for so long. But most importantly, Aubrey, Santana, Jayana, Rosiah, this is for you guys. These are our girls. They let us sit on their bedroom floors for 6 years and hang out and share their deepest fears and their vulnerability, and now it's there for the world to see. So this is for them. I love you guys so much. You've changed my life, and you'll inspire so many people. Thank you.
After 3 decades of chart-topping music, movie star roles, and producing dozens of films that appeal to viewers across generations, Jennifer Lopez is not just a star, but someone who was truly born to entertain. In Amazon's Unstoppable, based on the true story of one-legged college wrestling champion Anthony Robles, Lopez opts for a lower key. She portrays his mother, Judy, who is inspired by her son to pursue a fresh start that results in her own triumphs. It's a fitting role for Lopez in a career filled with them. She knows what it means to blaze her own trail and what it takes to get there. Unstoppable is an apt description for this Maverick performer. IndieWire Honors presents the Maverick Award to Jennifer Lopez for Unstoppable.
I'm not letting him quit wrestling, and I'm not letting him quit school.
Hi, everybody. You like my indie outfit? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Hold on. I wrote it down. Forgive me for reading from my paper. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I am really, truly honored to receive this award tonight, and I am incredibly grateful for this recognition. A special thanks to the IndieWire team. Entertainment journalism holds a crucial place in our industry, shaping narratives, amplifying marginalized voices, and guiding audiences to discover hidden cinematic gems. Thank you to the entire IndieWire team for their dedicated commitment to uplifting and celebrating the extraordinary talent and innovation that defines our ever-evolving industry. This award really does hold a special place in my heart because the word Maverick, and I looked it up, I wanted to have the real definition, okay? It means an individualist, a nonconformist, a free spirit, an original, a trendsetter, an eccentric, an outsider, a rebel, a dissident, a disruptor. Okay, I could go on, but I'm not going to. But seriously, what a beautiful thing to be recognized for charting your own course. I'm appreciative of being seen in that way and recognized for who I am and kind of who I've had to be. Because I think every artist and everyone in this room has had to figure out how to do it their own way, blaze their own trail. So I'm honored to be included among you. I'm especially grateful to be here, not just as an actress, but as someone who has had the privilege of sharing the stories of real people. I want to extend my deepest thanks to Judy and Anthony Robles, whose lives inspired Unstoppable, and for trusting us. Their generosity in sharing their story with us has been an incredible gift to me and I think to the world. I share this honor with everyone who made this film possible. First, to our incredible director, William Goldenberg, thank you for entrusting me with this role and for guiding us so beautifully through this journey. And to my amazing co-stars, Jarrell, thank you for being such an incredible partner throughout the whole experience. Your talent, your heart, your energy, for everything. Thank you, Bobby Cannavale, Don Cheadle, Michael Pena. Thank you for everything you brought to this film. Your dedication, your talent, and the love you infused into every scene really elevated this story to another level. Unstoppable is more than just a wrestling story. It's a testament to resilience and the human spirit, the importance of family, and the power of love. Judy represents every mother who sees limitless potential in their child, no matter what the challenges they may face. Always emphasizing focus on Anthony's strengths and what he does have and can accomplish, rather than what he doesn't. This film teaches us that our true strength lies not in the challenges we face, but in how we overcome them. It's a beautiful reminder that parents and children can often help each other grow. Portraying Judy and delving into her story has had a profound impact on me, as most creative experiences can. She's a mother who poured her heart and soul into her children and taught them that nothing was more important than family. She taught them that with love and unyielding determination, any obstacle can be surmounted. Against all odds, she rose above her own adversity, leading by example and demonstrating to her children that they possess the resilience to be unstoppable as well. I owe a debt of gratitude to Judy. Her openness in sharing her experiences and wisdom before and during filming were invaluable in bringing this film to life and enriching my own journey as an artist and as a woman and as a mother. I once again want to extend my heartfelt thanks to IndieWire, Amazon, MGM Studios, my team, Kevin Huvain, Benny Medina, Elengos Matamas, and everyone along the way who has been part of my journey to receiving this award tonight and becoming a Maverick. Okay. Let's continue telling stories that matter and challenge us because, as Unstoppable reminds us, the only limits we have are the ones we set for ourselves. Thank you.
It may be bold to refer to the person who adapted Colson Whitehead's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel as an auteur, but with Nickel Boys, a transfer of ownership has occurred. Filmmaker Ramel Ross takes an account of two young men trapped at an infamous reformatory school and composes his film in a way that provides the audience with a truly visceral experience. Using the tools that earned him an Oscar nomination for his directorial debut, the documentary Hale County This Evening, the filmmaker again shepherds a project that mesmerizes viewers in unforgettable ways, proving him to be a singular voice. IndieWire Honors presents the Auteur Award to Ramel Ross for Nickel Boys.
What are you gonna do? It's now or never.
Those are my friends making noises for me. So I've been timing everyone's speech because I like wrote one and then I read it to myself and it was 5 minutes long, so if you all can just bear with me. It's really flattering to be called an auteur, let alone get an award for it. It means to some degree, at least, that what I tried to manifest with this film, the way I chose to say it and let it say, and I do mean kind of let the film speak, really sticks in the intimate atmosphere of our minds. I do think people who have really inspired me in cinema have been fierce and uncompromising auteurs, people whose vision I like to think are anagrams for their consciousness. Makers like Terrence Malick, Apichatpong Weerasethakul, Chris Marker, or even off-screen artists like a Susan Tzu or a Pina Bausch, or more recently like a Denis Villeneuve, whose Dune is absolutely a lodestar for the experiential work that I'm interested in making. Denis, you are the best. So I've been rigorously making photos in Hale County, Alabama since 2009, trying to figure out how people like myself, Black people, people of color, have come to be seen in relationship to camera language. And in 2012, I was able to articulate my aesthetic troubles, which inspires almost all of my formal choices. And so pardon me as I read my artist statement that I wrote. It took so long to write, I'm like happy to share. All right, so I'm very serious despite being comedic. It's just a coping mechanism for nervousness. All right, so to be Black is the greatest fiction of my life, yet I'm still bound to its myth. I can't help but think about the myth's childhood and its backyard of the South, how the myth of Blackness aged into fact and grew into laws, how it evolved from there to become tacit and join the secret order of things, how it became the dark matter of the American imagination. I've lived and worked and photographed in Hale County, Alabama for almost 15 years. Sometimes there, I feel like I have no race. And if the light was right, no one else did either. Still, the myth of Blackness is entangled at the root of the South's mythology, a mythology upheld in textbooks, institutions, media, film, and literature, and photography is implicated. So that's like the formal underpinnings of where the stuff that I do comes from. So halfway there. All right. So in 2019 came an outsized opportunity to adapt Colson Whitehead's Nickel Boys. I saw it as a chance to both expand upon and evolve my work as a photographer and filmmaker, and further address the sort of collective gaze that's become Black culture, or the collective gaze that Black culture has been cornered into. God bless you. As my first feature, Hell County this evening, the film is not looking at the Black community, it's looking from the Black community. And that's a perspective I wasn't seeing often, and I was eager to try to put into the world again. Alternatively, I think this film and Colson Whitehead's novel is about justice on some level, not only about visual justice, but another justice, one for the young men of the Dozier School for boys and their families. And this is really just deeply true. Like, we owe those young men to not be buried, for their stories not to be buried right next to them. It's such a tragedy it's such a horrible story. At the time when we want to forget and ignore the ugly parts of American history, I wanted to create a loving and experiential monument to the Dozier School boys. I'm in debt to my collaborators who joined me in this pursuit. Joe Mofrey, our immensely talented cinematographer who's so fearlessly committed to the approach. Nicholas Mansour, my partner in Prost. Our composer, Scott Ilario. Alex Summers, who breathed such life and dimension into the film. Sound team, Dan Timmons and Tony Valente. The art department led by Noah Mendez. And of course, Jocelyn Barnes, my intimidatingly brilliant writing partner and longtime friend. We know this, but one really stands on others, the shoulders of others, when you do this type of work. And so even while I'm holding something called the Auteur Award, I have written here, pick up award. That fact is not lost on me. Thank you to Alana Mayo at Orion Pictures, to Jeremy Kleiner and Dee Dee and Brad Pitt at Plan B, who brought the project to me, Jocelyn Barnes at Louverture, David Levine and Anonymous, for backing this material and embracing the risk. Colson wrote a classic that will outlast all of us, and so it's pretty daunting to adapt, but I hope the fact that I didn't fuck it up keeps the door open for others to run through, and I truly hope, that they have collaborators as wise and adventurous as mine to run right beside them. Shout out to IndieWire for the love, and truly the press that's championing this film and the people that are open to it. It's easy and common, in fact, for people to dismiss films that don't satisfy their unconsciously programmed filmic needs and expectations, especially regarding stories about Black struggle and transcendence, where there's always been an extractive transaction of emotion. For all the poor supporters and champions and critical thinkers, I genuinely, personally find hope in you. Thank you.
Ramel, you are an auteur, and I'm with you. I use comedy as a coping mechanism as well. It's all right. That's right, it's a survival mechanism. As someone who has spent the majority of her life working in entertainment, Selena Gomez is the modern model for how an artist can continually push themselves and expand their horizons into uncharted territory. Her gutsy turn in Cannes winner Emilia Pérez was something even her most ardent fans did not see coming. But living true to the spirit of Mi Camino, the breakout song her character Jessie performs in the film, Gomez shows off her keen ability to use her spotlight to guide audiences towards inspired work they never even knew they needed. IndieWire Honors presents the Spotlight Award to Selena Gomez for Emilia Pérez.
So glad that I can read something. Mine's brief, so sorry. I want to thank IndieWire for this honor, and congrats to every person in this room and who has received an award tonight. Independent film is something I've always felt a connection to be honest, more comfortable in times. They were the films I was drawn to, the ones that inspired me, made me think, and the ones that could leave me feeling unsettled, sometimes in the best way. I want to thank Harmony Korine, Jim Jarmusch, and of course, Jack Audiard. These are the filmmakers that have believed in me, didn't care about what came with it, and just trusted me with their characters. Jacques, thank you so much. I don't know if he'll ever hear this, but thank you for the ride. That is Emilia Pérez. Working with all of these filmmakers has changed my life as an actor. It was a privilege, and I'm so proud of the story we were able to tell. Truly, it's simply impossible to capture all of the beauty and complexities of this film when I'm asked to describe it in interviews. There's no soundbite that could ever do justice to the art that Jacques created, and I couldn't be more grateful for him. Supporting independent filmmakers is extremely important, not just because it's vital to the future of storytelling, but I believe these films are truly the historical record of the times, where we are with politics, pop culture, and humanity. I am proud to stand alongside so many talented people in this room who continue to take risks and celebrate the power of independent films. Thank you guys so much.
It is its own accomplishment for a director to complete a Dune adaptation. So to see Denis Villeneuve take on the challenge of making the definitive cinematic version of Frank Herbert's beloved sci-fi epic and achieve such critical and commercial success while doing it is inspirational. With Dune Part 2, the Oscar-nominated director delivers on the promise of a deeper look at Iraqis, sandworms, political unrest, unsettling visions, and all. Along the way, he mixes everything from infrared camera techniques to wiring and practical effects, and brilliantly captures the imagination that fans of the novels harbored for decades. The setting is a vision realized, executed by a cast of young actors on the precipice of superstardom. IndieWire Honors presents the Visionary Award to Denis Villeneuve for Dune Part 2.
Villeneuve, not Villeneuve. Villeneuve. He's not listening. I'm very humbled to be in front of you all. Many artists here that I deeply admire are in this room. And first, I need to thank Warner Brothers and Legendary for their support. All my cast, led by Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, and all the artists I've worked with, because you cannot be visionary as a filmmaker if you have done the right partners to bring that vision to the screen. Now, I wrote something for you, IndieWire, and it starts by, Dear IndieWire. My relationship with film critics is one that is delicate. Frankly, I'm afraid of you. Film critics are like mirrors, and it can be frightening to see our reflection through your eyes. When the mirror reflects something that is far too flattering or even too harsh, you know you're looking at a distorting mirror. But when the reflection seems pretty accurate, and you always know right away when it is inevitably, I wrote that speech and I don't know why I put that word there. It is inevitably painful, but it's also instructive and constructive. So I want to sincerely thank all the film critics at IndieWire who have been accurate mirrors to me. Tonight, IndieWire, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I will take this as a warm encouragement from the other side of the mirror. Between us, Dune Part 2 was a beast. I rode the worm, and believe me when I say that I'm relieved I wasn't ejected from its back and swallowed alive. At least that's what I can see looking in your rear view mirror. In your reflection, I survive. Thank you.
I almost got the pronunciation right.
It feels bad right now.
I do, I feel
bad. It was
bad.
a joke.
Okay. And then I had a joke I was gonna do, but can I do the joke I was gonna do, Denis, anyway? No? I'm gonna do it anyway. I was gonna say, Araki tunata araka tunaki, which actually means I'm available if you need a middle-aged sandworm for Dune 3. I'm glad I got that out. All right. I literally rehearsed saying his name all week. A A story about a super intelligent service robot raising a baby goose alongside a fox does not immediately suggest a film that absolutely drains the tear ducts of parents and children alike. Still, it's fair to say that for the filmmaker behind projects like Lilo and Stitch, Chris Sanders knows how to deliver a beloved film that strikes the heart of audiences in ways they don't expect. The Wild Robot is a confluence of all the elements that make an animation special, from painterly images to a stellar voice cast and music that unlocks new levels of emotion. IndieWire Honors presents the Spark Award to Chris Sanders for The Wild Robot.
First of all, thank you, IndieWire, for this amazing award and for this recognition. You guys have been so supportive of this movie and everything that we did to create it. When I read Peter Brown's book, there were several things that really got to me right away. One of them, it was a story about a mom, and moms are usually very much missing from animated films, but this one was all about that. And there was this unrelenting kindness that was it, like just that it was what the book was all about. And for those two reasons, I really, really wanted to get this film on screen. The strengths of this story all lay in very fragile places. And the next people I really, really have to thank and recognize are Margie Cohn and Kristen Lowe, who are the executives at DreamWorks, who bought the book. And when we started making the film, the very first thing I talked to them about was, you know, in order to get this to screen, we're going to have to go in a completely different direction. We're going to have to go into uncharted territory. And they said, that's why we bought the book. So to their credit, they sat on their hands for many months waiting for the animation to come in to see if this thing was really going to work, because we changed everything about how we make an animated film in order to get this to the screen. And the only reason that I'm able to get this stuff done is because of the incredible people at DreamWorks. And I'm so excited to tell you that several of my team are here. I'm not here alone. My amazing producers, Jeff Herman and Heather Alonza, who are my producers, Mary Blee, my amazing editor, and Heidi Jo Gilbert, my head of story, and Ramon Zebak, who took the lead in creating the amazing look of the film. One of the reasons the film works the way it does is because of the way it looks, and every frame is hand-painted. It is done by hand, and that's that kind of analog warmth I haven't really been able to see since the hand-drawn days of Lion King and Lilo and Stitch, but they were able to bring that back. And artistically and technologically, this film represents the closing of a great circle, because when we first started doing these animated films in CG, we got these amazing gifts, but we also lost touch with the analog warmth that you can only get from the touch of a human hand. And we, the amazing artists at DreamWorks, technologically and artistically, found a way to actually do that. So I have to thank everyone at IndieWire and everyone at DreamWorks, from the executives to my amazing team right over there. If you get a chance, go and talk to them and ask them about how they did it. It's really, it's magic what they did. So thank you so much.
Okay, I was gonna do a robot joke, but I don't want to get canceled in the future. Pamela Anderson's performance in Gia Coppola's The Last Showgirl beautifully reflects her own isolation through decades in Hollywood. No wonder she describes it as the role she's been waiting for her whole career. There is a richness to her Shelley, The Last Showgirl, at a shuddering Vegas review that allows viewers a deep empathy and understanding after spending just 85 minutes with her. While it may seem like the end of the road for Anderson's Showgirl, Coppola's film feels like the start of a renaissance for the actress in finding more roles that understand her talent and further her evergreen appeal. IndieWire Honors presents the Performance Award to Pamela Anderson for Showgirl.
We were ambassadors for style and grace. The Las Vegas Showgirl.
You have an act prepared?
I do. I'm a dancer.
Thank you, guys. I mean, this is very surreal and very appreciated, and it's overwhelming. Thank you, IndieWire, for this prestigious honor and for giving me a stage to count my blessings and give thanks where credit is due. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude that you would choose to celebrate my humble performance. I just hope it's only the beginning. I share this honor with the Last Showgirl family, Gia Coppola, Kate Gersten, Jamie Lee Curtis, Billy Lords, Kiernan Shipka, Brenda Song, and Dave Bautista. And with my beautiful sons, Brandon and Dylan, I've only ever wanted to make you proud. I want to thank my mom and dad, my brother Jerry for putting up with me, my unique journey, and what came with that. And that was a lot. Thank you to Ivana Chubbuck, my acting teacher, who taught me how to turn my messy life into interesting work. To my die-hard assistant, Jonathan Zeiler, who has been by my side these last few years and has worn many hats. Stylist, glam team, driver. To my to my new agents, Chris Andrews and Tracy Brennan at CAA, because my old agent turned the script down within an hour. It's my old agent. My publicists Annette Wolf and Karen Leeds, and Roadside Attractions. It takes a village. Here's to independent filmmakers and to the talented, hardworking actors going to acting class, collecting skills and life experience, preparing for their moment to shine, doing their best against the odds. Don't give up. It's never too late. Movies like people can carry big dreams with small budgets, time, and resources. You only have to be a little more creative and resilient and keep that fire burning, however small, however hidden. I wish you so much love and luck. I feel the love, and I feel rooted for. And you know I'm rooting for you too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. We did it. We got through it. Everybody hang out, enjoy, have a drink, socialize, mingle. Thank you for bearing with my mediocre jokes. And of course, thank you, IndieWire, for putting this together.